In this session, we're going to look at the Kihon syllabus to go from purple and white belt to brown belt. So you should have already done your warm-up. Make sure you've checked your training area, make sure that's safe. You need space in front of you, just do a forward step, a little bit of space behind to do a backward step. Okay, so feet together and bow. Right, you're ready. Start off with step forwards into left, Gedan Brai. Can I take? Nice and lightly then, coming forwards, we're going to make Sanbonzuki, triple punch. Remember, the first one is to Jodan, about chin height. The body remains square for this basic punch. And there's a slight pause there, and then it's a double Chudan punch. So the feeling is 1, 2, 3. And the body remains square on the two Chudan punches, but make sure you're getting this full hikite right the way back on all of these punches. So from left Gedan Brai, 3 punches to 1 count. 1. And then just take a double step back. 2. Full hikite. And back. 3. Also as well, check that these elbows are staying close into the body. Close into the body as we do the punch. 4. And back. 5. And back. Start to build up the speed slightly. 6. And back. 7. And back. 8. And back. 9. And back. 10. And Yame. And Nare. Relax. Good. Step forwards again and make left Gedan Brai. Can I take? Now I'm going to go in right stance here just so it's a mirror image on your screen. When you place your hands on your hips now, your body should be at a 45-degree angle because we've just done that Gedan Brai block. And we're just going to practice this body rotation going in and away. So when I count 1, I just want you to drive the right side of your body in so your hips are square. 1. And drive in. 2. So particularly when you rotate away, try and get this driving forwards of that front knee. 3. 4. Away. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. Now place your left arm out and just make a Kazamazuki position. So now we're going to add in some punches with the body rotation. So although for the basic Sanbonzuki, our body was square, when we start to do some of these blocking combinations, we need to get that rotation in the body. So that's what we're going to work on with these punches. So Kazamazuki, rotate the right side of the body in to make Gakuzuki. 1. And Kazamazuki. 2. 1. 2. Again, focus on the cleanliness of this technique. Elbows close in, full hikite, but now working on that full rotation. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. Start to build up the speed. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. Really fast now. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. Good. And Yame. Change legs. Right leg forwards. Gedan Brai. Can I take? Again, hands on hips. Body rotation. So rotate your body in, this time sending the left side of the body in. 1. 2. Driving forwards. 1. 2. Check this head as well. That should remain pointing forwards. Don't allow that to turn. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. Good. So if you can get a fast body rotation without the arms, if you can make that really fast, then when you come to add a technique in, whether it's a punch or a block, it will enhance that body rotation. So if you can do it fast without any arms, it's going to be even quicker, even more powerful with the arms. So right arm out, punching Samizuki, making Gakuzuki with the left. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Start to speed it up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Really sharp. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And yummy. Good. Left leg forwards again. Go down Barai. Come on, take. Good. And make right Gakuzuki punch. 1. This time, instead of doing a Kazamizuki, I want you to try the Uraken, the back fist. So the preparation is here. It does come to the shoulder, but I want that to be a fast preparation and striking out here with the back of the fist. So we do this move in a Soto-uki combination that we'll come on to a little bit later. So we've got to get that fast. And the same idea, as we do the Uraken, there's a body rotation here, similar to the Kazamizuki. So nice and lightly, because Uraken. 1. And Gakuzuki. 2. Uraken. 1. 2. So still get that body rotation. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. Start to speed it up. Focus on the light, fast preparation now. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. And jump. Change legs, right leg forwards. Come on, take. Okay, and make left Gakuzuki. 1. Same thing here, the Uraken. 2. 1. 2. 1. Think now about when the body rotates. It doesn't rotate there. Doesn't rotate there. It rotates there as you strike. Ready? 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. Speed it up. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. And jam. And nere. Racks. Good, just shake loose. Loose up the shoulders, loose up the arms. So, we're now going to just practice a couple of the kicks. So we're going to practice the Moshigeri, and then we're going to break down the Yoshirigeri, just so we can really focus on that technique before we do them a little bit later on from front stance. So, ready? Yoi. Step forwards left, get down right, my tape. And now just have this guard position. So the arms are here, pointing forwards at the target, ready to go forwards, ready to block, but they're under control. So with your right leg, and your stance now is a bit more flexible, so maybe slightly shorter, a slight bend on that back leg now. So that when we practice the Moshigeri, we can get a really fast knee lift, okay? Remember for the Moshigeri, the knee lift is to the side here, to the side, because it's coming around. So what I want you to practice is the speed of that knee lift, okay? So we're going to start off lightly. You're just going to lift and hold. Ready? 1. And just back down. 2. And back down. 3. Down. 4. Down. 5. Down. Now a bit sharper to really get that speed. 1. And down. 2. Down. 3. Down. 4. Down. 5. Down. Good. So if you can get that fast preparation, it makes the rest of the kick a lot easier. Okay? Just change legs. Come on, take. So right leg forwards. Same thing on the other side of the body. So just lightly to start off with, knee up and hold. 1. And down. 3, and down. 4, and down. 5, and down. Good. So you notice that nothing else is moving. The arms haven't moved yet. The foot hasn't moved yet because that rotates later on. It's just the knee. A bit sharper. 1, down. 2, down. 3, down. 4, down. 5, and down. And change legs. So right leg kicking again. This time, I want you to try a light mawashigari all the way through and step forwards. Okay, but work on that fast knee lift. Okay, ready? 1. Good. And just do a full step backwards. So we're going to kick again with that same leg. So now, again, focus on these arms. These do need to change, but think about when they change. They haven't changed there. They haven't changed there. They change there once you do the rotation. So that's why we're doing it nice and lightly to start with. Same again. 2. And step back. 3. And step back. It doesn't have to be Jodan, it can be Chudan. 4. And work on that recovery as well, getting that knee down quickly. 5. And controlled, so we're not collapsing afterwards. And there is a bend of the recovery. Just shuffle back, kicking with the left leg now. Nice and smooth, nice and light. 1. And step back. 2. Focus on these arms, keeping those close in. 4. And back. 1 more. 5. And back. Good. And change legs. Okay. A little bit sharper now, just 3 on each leg. So with the right to start off with. 1. Back. 2. Back. 3. And now just double step back, kicking with the other leg. 1. And back. 2. And back. 3. And yame. And an ARA. Relax. Good. So it requires practice, that one, to get that smoothness of the kick. Okay. Remember, it doesn't have to be high to start off with, but you can always build up the height as you get more familiar with the technique. It's about getting that smoothness of the action. So now we're going to practice the Yoshirigari. Okay. We're going to start off with our feet together. Okay. Now, if you're facing the screen, make sure you've got room behind you. I'm actually going to face a bit of an angle here. Okay. So, kicking with your right leg to start off with. And the feeling here isn't a lift up to the front. It's more of a lift behind there, because that gives you the correct angle of the leg to then extend. So we're going to break it down to count. First count, just lift the knee. 1. Then kick and hold. So you remember to send both hips backwards into the kick. 2. And you should be looking down the line of the kick as well. Check the position of your foot. Toes should be pointing down, heel presented. Recover. 3. And down. 4. So notice I'm not starting with a knee lift here, and you don't need to come all the way back to there before you go down. It's a sensible knee lift here to give you the correct angle to do the kick. Other leg kicking. Bend. 1. Kick and hold. 2. Check the position of that foot. Check that both hips are pushing. Doesn't matter whether it's a low kick. 3. And down. 4. Other leg. 1. 2. 3. 4. 1. 2. 3. 4. Okay. So now we're going to break it down to 2 counts. Okay, so on the first count, I want you to kick and hold. On the second count, recover and down. Remember, both hips need to be going backwards. It's very easy just to send one back. Both hips need to be going backwards, which you should be able to achieve from feet together. So let's try. Right leg kicking to start off with. Kick and hold. 1. And recover. 2. Other leg. 1. Recover. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. And relax. So now let's try that all the way through. Kick, but get that thrust. The same feeling as we have with the Yokogi Kokomi. Kick and thrust, and then recover. Okay, but make sure there's that fast knee lift. Fast knee lift, just like with the Moashi go. Feet together, kick and down. Ready? 1. Change legs. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Make sure you're looking down the line of the kick. 8. 9. 10. Good. And relax. Okay. So that's the action of the kick. And that may need some more practice individually by yourselves just to get really happy with that drive backwards, both hips going. Now, when we do this kick, we don't do it from that position. We do it with a spin. And that's what makes this kick, particularly challenging. So now we're going to break down that spin and we're just going to practice the spin part. Okay. So, Yoi, ready? Left go down right, can I take? So I never stand still. And just guard here. Okay. So we're going to break it down. We're going to break the spin down. This kick all the way through should look something like this. Okay, I'll do it on a bit of an angle so you can see. So a spin, kick and hold, and a recovery. So we're going to focus on that fast spin. Okay, so we're not going to do the kick. There's going to be a knee lift. So that same knee lift, as we do that knee lift, I want you to spin and try and stop, because that's the hardest thing. It's very easy to overspin. Okay, so spin and stop. Try and keep that foot up. If you need to just pop it down to regain your balance, do that. But I want you to focus on a fast spin. Okay, and try and get that stop. So from left leg forwards, we're going to spin and stop. 1. Okay, so get that balance if you can, and then just return back to left leg forwards. Same again. 2. Get that balance and check. Have you stopped with your body square so that kick could come straight through? And back. Ready? 3. And back. 4. And back. 5. And back. Good. Change stance. Other side of the body now. Ready? Spin and stop. 1. And back. 2. And back. It's okay if you're hopping to regain your balance, because we wouldn't normally stop in this position. We would flow straight through. It's just to get that idea of when you're going to release the kick. Ready? 3. Back. 4. Back. 5. And back. Okay. Change legs. This time we're going to start facing away, and we're going to imagine we've got in that preparation position. Okay, so now we're going to kick, then continue the rotation and land. Okay, so facing away, let's say we're going to be kicking with the right first. So start with the leg ready. Okay, So you have it on the floor to start with. You're going to lift, kick, now rotate and land. So we're practicing the second half of the kick. So lift, kick, rotate and land facing the computer. Ready? 1. And back. 2. So still get that thrust, but now working on the recovery. And back. 3. And back. 4. And back. 5. Good. And back. Other leg kicking, left leg kicking. So kick, thrust, so recover, continue the rotation to face the front. Ready? 1. And back. 2. And back. Remember to get that thrust, that drive, and both hips going. 3. And back. 4. And back. Last one. 5. Good. And stay left leg forwards. So now the challenge. Put those two together. The fast spin, the kick out, the recovery, and land. Okay? Try and be smooth. If you're too slow with this, it ends up being very difficult and you're more likely to lose your balance if you're too slow. So you've got to have confidence. Spin, send that leg out, recover and down. So kicking with the right. Ready? 1. Good. And shuffle back, kicking with the other leg. 2. And back. 3. And back. 4. And back. 5. And back. 6. Good. And yame. And an air. Relax. Good. So we're going to come back to that towards the end of the session, just to practice that a little bit more. I'll give you a few other points then. So just 30-second water break before we move on to the blocks. Okay, ready to go. Yoi, left, Geidan Barai. Come on, take. Good. So the first blocking combination is our Agiyuki combination. So we're going to try it straight off, all the way through. It is Agiyuki, Gakuzuki. Remember, full hikate with this fist. Full preparation. Think about when the body turns. There. So Agiyuki, Gakuzuki, Geidan Barai. Lightly, all the way through. 1. And shuffle back. 2. And shuffle back. So really think about the rotation now that we were practicing earlier on. 3. Rotate, rotate, rotate. And back. 4. Full rotation. And back. 5. And back. 6. Good. Stay forwards now. So we're now practicing the reverse step, stepping backwards. Ready? 1. Shuffle forwards. 2. And forwards. 3. Forwards. Remember, focus on that back leg as you step backwards. 4. Forwards. 5. Forwards. 6. Good. And just a little bit sharper. Stepping forwards. 1. And back. 2. And back. 3. And back. 4. Stay forwards now, stepping back. A bit sharper. 1. And forwards. 2, forwards, 3, and forwards, 4, and yame, and nere. Relax. Excellent. So now we're going to focus on the Soto Uki combination. And with this one, it is Soto Uki, MP, Uraken, Gakuzuki, and Geidan Barai. So there's an extra block in there. So we're just going to split it down slightly to practice the 2 key sections. Okay? Yoi. Ready. So forwards left, Geidan Barai. Come on, take. Okay. And I just want you to make a new Uki position here. And on the first count, I just want you to move across and make MP and Kibadachi. Ready? 1. Good. And back. 2. And back. 3. And back. 4. And back. 5. And back. Good. In fact, stay in the MP position now. Now we're going to practice the second half. So this is Uraken, Gakuzuki, Geidan Barai. So show the same sort of body rotation that we were practicing with the Yagi Uki. So Uraken, Gakuzuki, Geidan Barai. Ready? 1. And back. 2. And back. 3. And back. 4. And back. 5. Good. And yame, change stance, kumite. And Uki position, just moving across into the MP. 1. And back. 2. And back. 3. And back. 4. And back. 5. Good. Stay in this position. Now we're going to practice the Uraken, the Gakuzuki, Geidan Barai, working on the body rotation, working on this strong stance, no wobbling with the knee as we do this. Ready? 1. And back. 2. And back. 3. And back. 4. And back. 5. And yame. Good. Left Geidan Barai. Kumite. So we're going to try that sequence all the way through and sharply as well. So a bit of an increase in the pace now. So try that combination all the way through, stepping forwards with the right. 1. And shuffle back. 2. And back. 3. And back. 4. Stay forwards now, stepping backwards. Work on that fast retreating step back. 1. Shuffle forwards. 2. Shuffle forwards. 3. Shuffle forwards. Last one. 4. Good. And yame. And nere. Relax. Just catch your breath for a moment. So the next combination is Uchiyuki, Kizamizuki, Gakuzuki, and again we add the Geidan Barai. So it's about getting this body rotation with all of these blocking combinations. Okay, so again we're going to do it straight off 4 times, fairly sharp because it's very similar to the combinations we've done before. Yoi, ready, left Geidan Barai. Come on, take. Stepping forwards, so you're going to make Uchiyuki. Remember, it's the lead arm. Kizamizuki, body rotation on this Gakuzuki. Now body rotation on this Geidan Barai, focusing all the time on this front knee. Ready? 1. And shuffle back. 2. And shuffle back. 3. And shuffle back. 4. Stay forwards. 4 sharp ones going back. 1. Forwards. 2. Forwards. 3. Forwards. 4. Good. And yame. And nere. Relax. Okay. So the last blocking combination is the shuto combination. Okay. So we're just going to do a couple of practices on that front leg my go to start off with. Yoi. Ready. Step forwards and make left shuto uki and back stance. Come on, take. So forget the arms. I just want you to do front leg my carry, but then drive and work on this right hip, driving in while we make the front stance, okay? Lightly, but try and get a swiftness to that body rotation. Ready? 1. And back. 2. And back. 3. And back. 4. And back. 5. Good. And yame. Right shuto, come I take. Again, relax the arms. Other leg. 1. Remember, hip in. And back. 2. And back. So remember, this is online. The front stance, have some width. 3. And back. 4. Back. Last one. 5. And yame. Okay, so now we're going to add in the arm movements. Left shuto uki. Come I take. So with this one, we're going to make shuto uki. Front leg my go. Notice the arms haven't moved. And then drive into front stance for this chudan yukite. So it's exactly the same as the last grading. So we're going to go straight off 4 times, nice and sharp. Ready? 1. And shuffle back. 2. Shuffle back. 3. And back. 4. And make sure you've got space behind you now. Stepping backwards. 1. Shuffle forwards. 2. Shuffle forwards. 3. Shuffle forwards. Last one, nice and sharp. 4. And yame. And nere. Relax. 30 seconds water break. Then we'll move into the kicks. Okay, the last section then, we're just going to practice the Mai Gari, the Yoka Gari from front stance, the Mawashi Gari from front stance, and that Yushiro Gari. Okay? Yoi, left gedan burai, kamate. And you can have your arms in guard now. So nice and lightly, we're just going to do 4 Mai Garis, changing legs each time. So kicking with the right. Ready? 1. Work on that hip drive forwards and back. Really thrust both hips in. 2. And back. And no movement on these arms now. 3. Back. 4. And back. Good. Yokigari Kikobi now. The builders are hard at work. Yokigari Kikobi. Again with the back leg. So again, think about the rotation. So knee lift to the front. Knee lift front as you come through. Rotate on that supporting foot. Ready? Get that thrust. 1. Remember that recovery as well. And back. 2. And back. 3. And back. 4. And back. Mwashigari now. We're going to do a few more of these. So we're going to do a total of 6. Think about what I mentioned earlier. So really work on that now. Fast knee lift. Fast knee lift. Nothing else moving. Just allow those guards to come through as you do the kick. Ready? 1. And back. Really smooth. 2. And back. And try and get down quickly as well. 3. Back. 4. Back. 5. Back. 6. Good. And back. The last one to finish up, this Yoshirigiri. So you've got to have the same idea, like with the Maigari, of both hips going forwards. So both hips go forwards on the Maigari, and in the Yoshirigiri, we've spun, but both hips are still going forwards. Descend that leg in, okay? So again, don't be too hesitant about this spin. You've got to have confidence with it. And now what I want you to work on as well is thinking about this front foot. Don't allow any movement, any twitch with that front foot before you go. Now you've got to be careful on the flooring, okay? Obviously you don't want to twist and end up twisting your ankle if you're doing it on carpet or anything like that. So just be aware of that. But that foot should only turn once you've started that spin, okay? It's not spin and then kick, okay? So Yoshirigiri. Ready? 1. And try and get that thrust like the kick out and back. 2. And back. 3. And back. 4. And back. 5. And back. 6. And yame. And an air ray. Relax. Okay, so that's your Kihon for your grading to go from purple and white belt to brown belt. So 2 things to really work on. The new kicks, so the Muwashi-geri, you would have done it in your last grading, but we expect it to be a little smoother now, more controlled for that Muwashi-geri, and that new kick, the Yoshirigiri, and that takes practice, but break it down into the sections like we did during the session, so you can practice just the kick going out behind you. You can practice the turn and stop. You can practice the recovery where you spin and then piece it all together. So you can break it down into those sections to get the individual fast elements, and then overall you should have a really fast kick. Okay, so you'll then have your Ippon Kumite to do and your Teki Shodan Kata. So thank you very much for training on this glorious sunny hot day in Nottingham. So keep training, keep healthy, keep using the wealth of resources that we've got on the website. There's lots of kata videos, there's lots of general sessions as well. Okay, so we'll finish there, feet together and bow. Awesome.